Welcome back to Tabletop Titans. We are recently back from the Horus Heresy launch event at GW's headquarters in good old Nottingham.
It was such a blast. Big thank you to GW for taking us out there, showing us behind the scenes.
Big appreciation, James. Thanks for sending us out there. What happened is we got invited to the launch of the event. Very unprecedented, actually. A number of creators were invited out, flown out, where we were able to be involved in the launch of this event. We were tasked with a very important task, given this new starter box for the Horus Heresy. We have the new edition coming out very, very soon. And we were given some choice of which legion we wanted to represent. And we were asked to paint up the box in that style. We
chose the nefarious and evil Night Lords. You might ask yourself, why would the lovable, childish Titans choose the Night Lords?
We're nice boys.
We have a very good friend in the area who has an enormous Night Lords collection. He has like 2 of everything, and it's very beautifully painted. He spent years on it.
When the opportunity came up, we kind of just jumped at it. So we were very excited to have received that. And so yeah, we had to paint this up. It was a massive project. This was 40 Marines, 10 of the Cataphracti Terminators, the new plastic Spartan, and a new plastic Dreadnought, which is actually legitimately a lot nicer than the old kit, and 2 Praetors.
2 Praetors.
The first step, of course, was in preparation for this event, we had to paint them up. So naturally, we called Zach. So of course, a massive undertaking, and we said to ourselves, you know what, if we're gonna go all the way across the pond, let's make it worth our while. Let's go ahead and visit our friends, do a big stream tour, see the sights, see the people, and really just celebrate the hobby and take advantage of what we honestly haven't really been able to do that much of in the last couple of years.
Soak it in.
We did this big trip. We stayed down in Southampton. Sutton. For most of the trip, mostly with Liam Dempsey, who is a fantastic guy. Definitely check out his channel.
Big shout out to him.
Kind of hosted us, put us under his wing,
Put us in a headlock.
In a headlock, under the wing lock. We also paid a trip to good old man Winters.
With Old Man Winters.
Old Man Winters.
His town is so quaint.
It's so cute.
It's like when you picture 50s America, but make it British. It's like white picket fences, but all British. It was a blast.
We managed to do one day up in London, which was fantastic, hanging out with Quipster Nerd and Silva Paints. So definitely shout out to the 2 of them for kind of taking us under your wing in the headlock. And we also got to see Bad Moon Cafe, which is a sort of legendary Warhammer hangout in London, where we got to meet some fellow Titans community members, even people we had met and known for years online. We got to meet face to face.
It's so crazy to meet people you've known for years in person.
Then we packed our bags and headed off for the last leg of our grand pilgrimage to old Nottingham. Once we settled in, we hopped over to Mikey, did a battle report with him because he's actually close by. And so there we were in Nottingham, in this hotel put up with all these other creators, which was just so exciting. There was just so much energy and excitement.
Really get to meet these people and hang out. Because we had so much time, we really got to get to know each other. It was cool.
Exactly. And one thing that struck me on this trip in particular was just the passion that everyone has. Everyone's so excited for the hobby, for the game, for whatever it is. It's often very niche. We have our own niches that we're interested in, but everyone's just so excited. So that was a cool thing to see that doesn't change on and off camera. Warhammer World, of course, the Mecca. I mean, this was your first time?
That was my first time.
What'd you think?
It was very cool. So much about it is so unique. It's almost like a tourist attraction in a funny way.
It is. It's like Disneyland, but Warhammer World.
My favorite part was the Warhammer exhibition. It's like a museum, the history of all the 40K models, all these huge dioramas. It was really breathtaking. It's just awesome. Because I thought we have a problem, we have too much 40K. But we have a small fraction of what GW has on display.
Winters, are you having a good time?
Yes. Yeah? It's miniatures and things. It's exciting.
We like toys.
You like toys?
We like miniatures.
Are you having a good time?
We like toys.
Are you having a good time?
Yeah, toys are cool.
I want to buy about 5 armies already. It's
I just won't make any noise. Ultra means you've got a few more things going for it. They can read.
The macro scale is kind of mind-blowing and hard to understand, and then even at the micro scale, when you like zoom in
Right.
and you look at like individual fights,
Right.
You know, I'm thinking about like the Space Wolf one versus the Nids, where there's like the flesh hooks that are wrapping around the Space Wolf's neck, and he's like holding him back, and you're like, oh my god, it's so exciting!
Yeah.
You feel like a little kid, you know,
Yeah.
like in a White Dwarf magazine.
It's so cool. Each giant diorama has 100 smaller dioramas that could win awards. Like they're perfectly staged and well painted and well lit. The whole experience was amazing.
Gorgeous.
We also, of course, got to see the play space. They have a very large play space there, especially for England.
It was great. I was surprised at how easy it was to just like get a table with nice terrain, get a spot, play a game, you know? Now that was all the stuff that you guys can actually see if you go to Warhammer World yourselves. But we were also privy to some pretty cool backstage tours, including going through the Warhammer Plus studio itself.
It was so cool. We saw their paint studio, we saw their announcement studio, which doubles up as their bat rep studio.
Yeah. I didn't realize
it was
that.
So cool. We were just like geeking out over all their tech, all their lighting,
Yeah.
their cameras.
And that was so cool to like finally talk with people who do exactly the same thing
Right.
as us, right? There's so few number of people that do things
Right.
that we do, and even less that do it in a similar style to how we do it. So it was great to like hear how they do their battle reports. How do they film that? What tech are they using? We also got a behind-the-scenes tour of the brand new Horus Heresy game itself.
It's very fun.
It's a ton of fun.
Super cool. I like the concept of initiative. It's very much like older versions of Horus Heresy. If you
Yeah.
are familiar with old Horus Heresy, there's just a few new things you'll have to pick up, and of
Yep.
course, some stats are going to be different. But one of the new things, one of the big new things, is this concept of a reaction. So when it's not your turn in every phase, you get to do one thing, one reaction. So this is like, in your opponent's move phase, after they finish moving a unit,
Yeah.
you can move towards them
Right.
or away from them. And then
Yeah.
there's a lot of reactions about, like, if somebody shoots at you, you can shoot back. I can't wait to get some bat reps on our channel of the new Horus Heresy.
Here's hoping. So let us know in the comments below if you want to see more of those. We, of course, had the official single day of Horus Heresy, because this was kind of timed with a lot of the online reveals, and we had there was a ridiculous number of people pouring in. It was sold out tickets, amazing cosplayers everywhere.
The cosplay was so cool.
Everywhere you looked, you'd see them. Huge, like, hulking space marine.
They were super cool. And even like outside of the giant cosplay, there were like some Inquisitors
Yep.
and like a Vindicator assassin. There were so many people in such amazing cosplay. It was very cool.
And it was great. We got to do meet with individual people. We met another fan of the show too, specifically sought us out. And I met other people who said these amazing stories of like how we had kind of helped them through tough times. And it was really cool because this was kind of the only chance for us to meet, because we're not in England every day.
Right.
And it was just amazing to be able to meet these other community members that we wouldn't have had any other chance. And to kind of hear how much the channel meant to them. That was, honestly, maybe my favorite thing about the whole trip was like meeting those people. So that was very cool and very touching. And those were our adventures at the Horus Heresy Open. Big thanks to Games Workshop for inviting us out, helping us make this happen. We made a lot of new friends. We got to meet up with old friends. We're excited and passionate about Horus Heresy. We think it's going to be more accessible than ever. The new plastic kits can make it easier to play. So we're excited. We're interested to see what you guys think of it, and what kind of Horus Heresy content do you guys want to see come out of this? Because we're definitely curious. It's a new game, a new system, it's a whole new world.
We also really hope GW does more events like this in the future. We had a great time. We understand like it's obviously not cheap for GW to fly out all these people.
Yeah.
But even if they're not flying out all the content creators, we hope that they're at least having more events, inviting local content creators to come down. It was such a blast, and we love interacting with other content creators, getting everybody in the same room and saying,
special.
how can we all do better at what we do? It was such a great time.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll catch you next time on the tabletop.
Bye.